Thomas Malorn, and we are going to be taking a look at his rescue kitty, Misty, this morning. But before we get the kitty out, we want to ask some questions of Misty's caretaker, Thomas. So, why did you want me to take a look at Misty today?
She's a very old geriatric cat. We're not sure of her early history. She's had thyroid problems and worried about her comfort level. A lot of old cat problems.
Old cat problems. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What? How long have you had her?
I've had her about 3 years now.
3 years. Okay. Where'd she come from? Where'd you get her?
She was a friend was moving into a house of somebody who was retiring. This was her cat who was living upstairs. The retired person's cat. Cat was living upstairs in a household with small yappy dogs, occasional grandchildren. So now the cat doesn't get along with other pets or small children. So now she lives up here in our we have a special room for her up in our library that she lives comfortably.
Okay. Alrighty. And is she on any medication right now?
Not currently. She has had feline hyperthyroid treatment.
Okay. Hyperthyroid treatment. Do you think she's doing okay after that?
Yes, she is.
Okay. What are you feeding her right now?
Right now she is eating Nulo brand dry food and Wellness brand, novel protein canned food, as well as some Fancy Feast, a little bit of that as an appetizer.
Good, good. How is her appetite?
Over the summer there was quite a few days where she wasn't eating the canned food at all. Now in the fall right now she's actually eating very well.
Eating better, okay. Alrighty. So she's been in the family for about 2-3 years. How have things been going? She had hyperthyroidism, she's treated. She's had maybe some appetite issues. How's she been doing? Any other health hiccups at all?
She's very arthritic, moves slowly, and has a lot of trouble grooming herself.
Oh, grooming.
And she does not like it when we try to groom her, try to brush out the mats or anything. So.
Doesn't like to be groomed. Okay. Do you think she's sore?
Yes.
Maybe some pain. Alrighty. How would you describe her energy level? We would like to talk about vitality. Like, is she interested in her environment? Does she want people interaction? How does she live in her world here at your house?
Well, she doesn't want to interact with the other cats who are kept separate from her. She usually likes it when people come in and visit her. She'll sit on someone's lap for 1 to 7 minutes, and then she'll be done and go away. She likes being petted and stuff, but you can tell, like, her, she's got sore spots where she doesn't want you to touch her. So.
Okay. Sounds like she has pretty good energy level.
So 3 or 4 out of 10, I would say.
Does she play at all?
Not very much.
Any potential toxins in her environment, either now or where she came from?
We're not sure about where she came from, other than I think the owner was a smoker. The potential toxins she can get into now, where you have some houseplants.
Houseplants, okay. Alrighty. What's her sleep quality like?
Oh, I assume it's pretty good. She has her 3 or 4 little beds, and she'll be on different ones throughout the day.
Okay. Her stool quality or gut health, how does she do with the litter box? Any issues?
She was peeing outside the litter box earlier this year. We tried lowering the level of the litter, so it's only 1 or 1.5 inches deep. That's pretty much kept her being inside the box.
Okay.
Stool quality is good. It's pretty hard. So.
It's hard. Okay. Alrighty. Any tummy upset at all?
Lots of hairballs.
Hairballs. Okay. Alright. So more about her behavior then. Do you think she's at ease here? Does she seem, I don't want to ask leading questions, but does she seem happy or stressed or scared or You know, do you see anything that might be a negative type of emotion with her?
Occasionally the other cats will, you know, try to tease her under the door,
Mm-hmm.
especially if we're in here paying attention to Misty.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the big negative thing. She seems to be thriving. She's doing much better now than when we first got here.
Okay. Alrighty. So, anything else you want to bring up right now?
No, we covered the lack of grooming
Okay.
and just kind of arthritic old cat.
Arthritic old
Yeah.
cat. So, anything else you want to ask me?
Let's see, just concerning modalities, if we were doing herbs, would it be something easy to give to the cat? She doesn't seem to like. It's one of these cats who knows what medical stuff is. She'd be difficult to pill. That's why she went through the feline hyperthyroid treatment.
Sure. Yeah, so, and with a cat like this, it's not so happy to be handled. Definitely we need to find a route of treatment probably through the food, especially if she's a pretty good eater. Maybe we can use some of that fancy feast. We can get some powdered or liquid herbals there. If we can get her to tolerate the taste, it's probably the way I would go with her. So we'll take a look at her, and then I'll be able to see what might be helpful for her. But let's take a look. You want to go get her for me?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's Misty. She's already pretty upset with us. I can see that her coat quality, she's got some mats back here. She's kind of dry and flaky, and a little bit greasy, so I can see that she's not very well kempt. Maybe she has a hard time reaching that back end. Her eyes are nice and bright, and she's fully aware of what's going on. She's not very happy with this. Certainly has visual ability. You think she can hear fairly well?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay, good. So as I palpate her, she's somewhat bony, so there's not very good muscle tone, especially in the hindquarters, which wouldn't be surprising, but a little bit of flinching when I get to this back end. Throat feels good.
Pretty.
Gum color's good, nice and moist. Her eyes are nice and bright. Her mouth is well moisturized. Oh yes, we've got some mats. All right, honey. Oh, she's a feisty one. I can see how it would be hard to medicate her. Her belly seems comfortable, and she's got a decent amount of weight on. Body score 1 out of 9, I'd say, which is how we usually determine the wellness weight of animals. She's like a 4.5 out of 9. She's a little lean, but not bad. And when I describe decreased muscle tone, it's pretty common for cats of her age. So, oh my goodness.
Oh,
Okay. She's feeling her pulses now. And, oh, sweetie. Okay, her pulses are what I call deficient, which doesn't mean her heart's not beating. It just means that her energy, especially getting back to the back end here, is not so strong. Toenail quality is kind of dry.
it's okay.
Good girl. Good girl. Right. Okay. Let's go ahead and back down.
Here you go.
All right, so let's just go ahead and finish our conversation then. Misty is certainly telling us that back end is uncomfortable, and she's showing us how uncomfortable she is with being handled. With cats, they need their socialization very, very early in life, up to the first 3 months of life. So when I meet somebody that's not only recalcitrant about being restrained, but possibly also sore, I do wonder, maybe she doesn't have a lot of gentle handling when she was younger. She just wasn't used to it. But does present some challenges for us with treating her. Modalities like chiropractic, acupuncture might be difficult. Maybe to help her with discomfort, we could do some cold laser. But certainly medicating her and seeing if we can go through her food would be a good way to help her. So in treating Misty, we want to look at her whole life and acknowledge that there's some things that are hard for her to do. So a holistic treatment means meeting her where she is, where her past is. Hey, I don't like being handled. Where she is right now, I'm painful. Maybe I don't trust people. And then her, I can see her across the room. She's trying to groom right now, so I can see a couple of places where she can reach. So we'd like to be able to help her with her grooming, but we're probably going to need to get her more comfortable first. So I want to address those concerns of being able to more easily keep her coat nice so her skin's comfortable, but we need to start with her internal pain, musculoskeletal system, and also want to address the chronic stress that's been her life. She had her previous home, she changed her home late in life, and now she's in a different situation, so there are some herbs that can help her with continuing to adapt to her new circumstances, maybe being a little bit more at ease, but primarily working on her comfort and her mobility. So we'll get you a prescription to put into her food. All right, you're welcome. Have a good day.